If you got some old KC daylighters that you want switched over to LED, I know I do. Let me show you how I just did it. But here it is. LED light bulbs. Which ones work, which ones don't. And I've switched these ones to amber because they're down in the bumper for fog light performance. And the very bulbs I picked also give me a very good cutoff line right about there, which means it'll keep it out of oncoming traffic's eyes. That should do pretty well. Alright, for this, I've got some of my old KCs. You see that? They got the driving light lens in them. And I'm going to put in some of these. Some amber LED bulbs. These should be curious. We'll see how they work. I hope they actually fit in there, but just looking at these, I've had these for years and years, and I'm wondering, are my gaskets getting too old? I might have to order new gaskets for them. That's fine, because they're fairly easy to get in there. There's this bracket right here. Has a ton of adjustment. You can go that way, so backwards and forwards, up and down. So I've got it set where I need to so that those fit in there about as good as they can. I mean, they do have a little bit of interference in a couple of spots, but they're about as tight as you can get them in there. You look in there, you got that bracket there. It gives you several different positions based on which style of light you've got. If you've got these full depth ones, then yeah, you need that second slot back there. If you have the ones that are the slim lights, then they go right about there. 4-inch ones, they just have a slot that goes in and out there. 4-inch ones I got to get on payday. 6-inch ones, obviously, I've had these on the shelf. And they're the driving light lenses, you see that? I'm hoping that'll work pretty well with these LED light bulbs. Basic H3 replacements. I think there should be enough depth in here for those. We'll find out in a second. I'm curious to see how they're going to work at night. But for now, I'm going to put these on the fog circuit. So everything down low here is going to be fog lights. And get some LED spot beams here. These should flood the area with light, and these should spot far ahead, if my theory is any good. Let's see, let's tear into these. So these KC lights, pretty easy. There's a reason that screwdriver's out. Is just unclamp these and you can get them out. Just trying to remember, probably just this back one for now, and that gives me access to the bulb, I think. We'll see. Alright, it does help. This rubber gasket is actually in pretty good shape. So it helps to have two flathead screwdrivers, kind of like when you're doing a bicycle tire off and getting it off that rim. So you get that off, and then you got access to everything, the ground, the power, and it's just those little clips right there that come off. Get that out of the way, and boom, your bulb is out. Don't want to touch that bulb too much. Set that aside. Don't even know if these, they're pretty deep. And you compare those to those, that's twice the length basically. Oh, and they're not even going to fit. That sucks. I wonder. I have this other kind I've been holding on to from the last time I was playing with LED bulbs. Huh. Those ones do fit. And there is a circular one and a square one on there, and that's how you make sure you got them oriented correctly. Okay, that's side to side on that. It ends up looking like it'll be up and down, depending on how that's. Let's put it in with the spring. Oh, this isn't going the way I want it to. So that's one fat frickin' bulb then. Looks really cool because it's got way more chips on it. So unless I go drill that out, file it out, something, then I go with these ones that I've had sitting around for a while. What I don't like is it's just two big giant chips on this one. I don't know what kind of pattern that'll give me on the road versus these ones, so I may be modifying here. So you got 4 forward, and then you got a whole ring of them going both directions on that little reflector in there, and that's what made me think these ones would be a good one. depth-wise, they might not even make it in the depth. I may be returning those, which sucks. They look like a good one. Look like they'd operate pretty freaking good. Huh. No, this style does fit, so I'm not going to spend time wallowing that out if I'm just eyeballing it here. I thought I'd have more depth in that reflector because you got so much depth here. But obviously not. Yeah, because it's still, it won't do it. It won't fit. So these ones are a no-go. Alright, we're going with these ones. My thought was to find a bunch of these bulbs. See, these are in amber because they're going down in the bumper, but I get big old 8-inch ones. I can get those bulbs and stick them in there. At least now I've disproven that ability. So you got to have this style bulb to go in there, but to change all my old KC lights into LED lights. What I'm wondering is if that same reflector is in their slim lights. It just has a different... Yeah, it must be. Because I had the slim ones on the S10 and these ones on my Tahoe back then. So, alright, these bulbs it is. Alright, so if you can see that or not, I don't know. There's a word top right there. Now I'm rotating these about 90 degrees, which means I got to change where this rubber gasket is because there's a knob right there. And that knob goes into the bottom right there. So I rotate them 90, and I think that'll get the chip oriented the way I want, side to side. I don't know, we'll see. We'll play around with this. If it doesn't work, I'm taking them back out later. But I'm thinking side to side will give me better side to side dispersion than up and down, which is kind of what I want for a fog light. It does change the way the striations on the lenses go, but like I said, we'll play with this. We'll see how it works. Alright. So I'm doing a little bit different than what it was assembled. Those are usually on the bottom. See, that's the word top. But I'm putting them on the top side versus the bottom because the way these sit in the truck, the top side is actually sheltered, the bottom side is open to the road. So I'm hoping that actually works the way I want it to. We'll see. We'll see if going 90 degrees like that even gets me near what I want for performance out of these lights. This may be experiment gone wrong, who knows? And if it doesn't go the way I want, I turn them back into just plain old white lights. Alright, here we go. Here's something I just noticed on the second one. So either you rotate it like I did that one, or you pay attention to the fact that this thing is orientable. It's got notch, notch, curve, curve on each side. Unless those are ones I did? I may have. Way back when I was trying to make them fit in the other housings I had. The question is, yeah, that's side to side. That may be more preferable to what I want. Which means I got to see if I did that on that bulb. Dang it, I'm going to be taking that back apart. And if I did, great. If not, I guess I'm pulling out some files and doing it on that one too, so I can get a 90-degree orientation on that chip. Alright. I think I would have saw that if I'd have done it on that one, and I think I did this one only on one light when I realized it wasn't going to work in those old Blazer casings. So here we go. Okay, so I hadn't done that on this one, which I will. I'll get the files out. File out a slot 90 degrees off and a half moon 90 degrees off. That'll allow me to rotate it to where I want it, and then I'm going to orient this exactly the way the factory intended. Hopefully get light splashing the way I want it to. Alright, here we go. Definitely making that true with this project. Good assortment of files. Many ones that you think you just need the big ones and stuff, but these tiny ones have come into handy more times than I can count. They've been pretty dang good that way. But you saw which ones I used. These ones won't work if you're trying to convert your old KC daylighters. They're too big. But those ones, as long as you're willing to file, you can get them orient side to side we'll see. We'll see what kind of light pattern I get out of that tonight. Now I'm just going to mount them up and wire them up and get them in those holes. And if you remember, I left the original wiring just done up right there, so all I got to do is just mount them and stretch the wiring to it. We'll have to tap into that later on each side when I get the 4-inch ones. But yeah, does leave me wondering. I'm wondering here, but this whole air dam thing might have to go. That may have to go. Yeah. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, so that's how I took these old KC daylighters and converted them into the modern age of LEDs. And I picked those chips that are on the side specifically so I can get this effect. Notice the cutoff line right about here. Because the chips are on the side of the bulbs, and have a nice cutoff line that keeps it out of people's eyes, keeps it nice and low below my hood line, which should give good performance in fog and blowing snow. Yeah, that's also why I picked the amber ones. I'm going to get some spotlight ones that are LED, straight up brand new style. It's just I have a lot of these KCs around. And obviously you saw those big depth ones. I had some white ones right here I was going to try with the S10, but obviously that's not going to work, so both of these packets are going back. It's kind of sad because these ones look like if you had something that had that kind of depth, they look like they'd work pretty freaking well, that many chips on them. But those ones I've got in there, they work, they fit. Minor modification to them. But there we go. Now I've got some good 6-inch fog lights, which kind of fits the scale of this truck a little bit better, if I don't say so myself. Just got to get the little ones. Alright, if you've come this far, thanks for watching. Short little video. Shows you how to make use of old stuff using new tech. We'll catch you guys on the next one.